What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the England-Costa Rica post-match analysis video. What did you think of the game and most importantly, how far will England go in the World Cup? Let me know in the comments below. And I find it a little bit strange that England's last game before the World Cup was today against Costa Rica, because they have almost 2 weeks until they play their first game against Tunisia. And honestly, if England don't qualify from the group, which contains Belgium, Tunisia and Panama, who are at the first time in the World Cup themselves, if they don't qualify from this group, it will be an even bigger disgrace than when they lost to Iceland. But this England team is different than previous teams, because they don't rely on a big star name, a big star striker, like they used to rely on Wayne Rooney, or before that Michael Owen, or the likes of Steven Gerrard or other players. This team is a very young, exciting team, and they actually play very interesting, good, cultured football, passing it on the ground most of the time. And they have so many young, exciting players who play, I think, a very interesting playing style. They play with 3 at the back and a 3-5-2 formation, and today they started with Rashford and Jamie Vardy, and especially Marcus Rashford was so electric, so exciting today. He scored an absolute worldie from outside the box, above and beyond Keylor Navas, who couldn't react in time because Rashford just thumps it into the top corner. Across his body he shoots, and it was one of the best goals that you will ever see, in my opinion. It was a stunning strike. Yes, maybe the goalkeeper should have done better, definitely, but I think still it was a great strike. And Jamie Vardy had a game which maybe he will regret very soon, because he had a chance from close range which the goalkeeper saved, but apart from that he was pretty anonymous. But I'm really excited about young players like Loftus-Cheek, like Alexander-Arnold, who made his debut today, and I'm especially excited for the Liverpool youngster who is still a teenager. And what a journey Alexander-Arnold has done in the past like 12 months. He started the season with Liverpool as not even our first choice right back, but he sooner or later worked himself into the starting 11. He bulked up, he improved his fitness. Jurgen Klopp said when he was promoted from the youth academy, Alexander-Arnold, he was great footballing wise, but he was behind fitness wise. So Liverpool worked on Alexander-Arnold's fitness week in, week out, and he improved massively. And now he has a Champions League final appearance already, and he is now pretty much Liverpool's first choice right back, which is huge because we still have Joe Gomez and Nathan Clyne as well. And those players are not going to the World Cup, but Alexander-Arnold is going to the World Cup, and I really hope that Alexander-Arnold plays some games. Probably Kyle Walker will start, but I really liked what Gareth Southgate did today, and he gave a lot of young players a chance in the starting roles, like Maguire, Alexander-Arnold, Loftus-Cheek and Rashford as well. I think probably Harry Kane will start, and his strike partner is up for grabs. And I think Rashford made his claim, staked his claim for the starting spot, because on today's performance Marcus Rashford should be starting every game for England in the World Cup. I mean, his goal was amazing, but he also was really direct and really exciting, and he played like when he burst onto the scene with Manchester United, without any fear, just going after defenders, going straight for the defender's throat with the ball or without the ball. He was really good today. I was very impressed with him. And also the likes of Jesse Lingard, Trippier, Welbeck, Dele Alli came on in the second half, and Danny Welbeck scored the second goal, which was a brilliant dolphin dive of a header, if you like, from a very good cross by, yes, it was Dele Alli who crossed the ball. Costa Rica, I thought, never got out of second gear. Maybe they were a little bit afraid afraid of getting too many injuries. And Costa Rica, I think, will play much better in the World Cup, because it looked like that they just wanted to avoid a hammering, and they just sat back and soaked up the pressure, and they didn't really venture forward that much in the first half especially. I mean, the first shot that Costa Rica did was in the 28th minute. That was the first time and the only time actually where Butland had to make a save, and apart from that Costa Rica didn't have a shot in the first half. The second half was more even. Both teams had 7 shots in the second half, so Costa Rica at least came out a little bit from their shell. But honestly, if England don't qualify from the group, as I keep saying, no disrespect to Tunisia and Panama, but England on paper should be wiping the floor with these teams, especially Panama. So the first game against Tunisia is vital. If England can get off to a winning start, and on this form, I still believe that England has a good chance of getting to the quarterfinals of the World Cup actually. England could meet maybe you know, somebody like Poland in the next round, but we will wait and see. I'm really hoping that England qualify in first place, but Belgium are favorites in England's group, in my opinion. The last group game, Belgium against England, will be a very interesting and exciting game. And guys, if you want me to do fans on live reactions for the England games in the World Cup, make sure to smash the like button and let me know in the comments below what do you think the World Cup will throw at us, because I'm expecting attacking football. Not like 4 years ago where defensive football was maybe more important for teams, but football moved on a lot since those 4 years, and nowadays, you know, attacking football is what gives teams success. Look at Manchester City, Liverpool in England, look at Barcelona, Real Madrid, look at Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain. They all have an amazing array of attacking talent, and this World Cup, I think, will be very exciting, with lots of goals, lots of drama as well, and VAR, video assistant referees, will be implemented in the World Cup, and I expect some controversy, I will be honest, because VAR has been hit and miss in the countries where it was implemented. There was a lot of controversy whenever it was implemented in the cups in England, like in the League Cup and in the FA Cup. Some decisions they delayed it with a lot of time, some decisions the VAR not always got right. So I'm really intrigued and interested what the World Cup will throw up. I expect the usual contenders like Germany, Brazil, Argentina, France, Spain to be there or thereabouts near the final, but there are some dark horses, Belgium and maybe England. Maybe this is wishful thinking, but I think what also benefits this England team, being such a young team, that nobody expects England to do anything in the World Cup. Maybe the only expectation is for them to qualify from the group, but otherwise, even if England go out in the round of 16, I mean, nobody will bat an eyelid in my opinion, because this England team is still a young team, and I think maybe 2 or 4 years from now will be the real expectation from this England team. But the good news is for England that they can play without fear, they can play without pressure. Of course, the English media always stir up some controversy, like the Raheem Sterling gone to 2, but England have a really good group of players, in my opinion, who can do some damage to teams if they are on form. I mean, we have one of the best forwards in the Premier League, Harry Kane, one of the best strikers in the world, maybe, if you want, Harry Kane, who can score in virtually any game that he plays if he's on form. And then we have Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford, Jamie Vardy, very exciting attackers who can on their day score a lot of goals as well. I mean, both Sterling and Jamie Vardy scored a bucket load of goals in the Premier League, something along the lines of like 15 goals or thereabouts. So I expect them to deliver in the World Cup, and this will not be the first World Cup for the likes of you know, Jamie Vardy and Raheem Sterling. If I remember correctly, he was at the last World Cup as well. But for Harry Kane, this will be his first World Cup, and I think he will want to show the world what he can do. So I expect Harry Kane to score quite a lot of goals, especially in the group stage. And I would start Nick Pope in goal. My only worry for England is the defense and especially the goalkeeper position, because I don't think that England has an outstanding goalkeeper in goal. All three goalkeepers don't have a lot of experience in terms of international football, especially in terms of like big tournaments. But Nick Pope had the best season and he's the most consistent goalkeeper, and he looked like a kid who is not fazed by anything. But you know, the World Cup is such a huge stage. Some players thrive under that pressure, some players freeze. So I'm not sure. The only way we can find out is if Gareth Southgate goes with Nick Pope. He will probably go with Butland, but we will wait and see. I really would select Nick Pope. And the defense, you know, with Gary Cahill, John Stones, Maguire, players like that, I'm not too confident. If England come up against a world-class forward line, I'm not sure if this England defense can cope with that. But defensively, England have been pretty solid, so we shall wait and see. I'm really excited to find out how far England can go in the World Cup. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Goodbye.